Compared to all other Duggars, Jinger Duggar and her family functions in a different tangent. Duggar News followers know that everyone from the super-sized family is settled in Arkansas or the states nearby. However, Jinger decided to start afresh and lives in Los Angeles with her husband, Jeremy Volo, and her 2 kids, Felicity and Evangeline. A lot of exciting things are going on for Jinger, be it the release of her new book or having to welcome her 3rd baby soon. Amidst all this, some devastating things are happening in her resident state, California. Everyone must know by now how the California fires took the whole world by storm. Jinger also made a post about the same. So, is her family safe? Out of all the Duggar family members, Duggar News followers admire Jinger and Jeremy Volo. Despite the hold Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar have had on their kids' lives, Jinger got out of that shell. She did so by revealing what a tough childhood she had in podcasts and her books. She has been exposed to a lot of toxicity in her family associated with religion. Since then, Jinger has authored 3 books, the latest of which is about to come out soon. She is also looking forward to becoming a mother. After having 2 baby girls, the family hopes the 3rd one should be the first son. Amidst all this, viewers found out something devastating when the news of California fires took over the news. Is Jinger's family safe? Jinger is one such Duggar News sibling who is often active on social media. After all, she is a successful author and podcaster after her time as a reality TV star came to an end. Viewers admire her for speaking her truth, even at the cost of exposing her family. So, they like to stay in the loop about her life. Well, Jinger recently made a shocking update. Longtime viewers of the show know that Jinger and her family, including her husband Jeremy and her 2 daughters, live in Los Angeles, California. Lately, the state has fallen prey to the devastation caused by fires. So far, there have been 5 wildfires that have burned more than 37,000 acres, destroyed 10,000 buildings, and caused at least 11 deaths. Amidst all this, Jinger shared a post on her Instagram. It was a screenshot of an alarm on her phone about home evacuation to keep themselves safe from the fires. Well, she instantly clarified that her family was safe and it was a false alarm. Despite this, she asked everyone to pray for the ones who were affected and also encouraged the able people to come forward and donate. Jinger Duggar has been honest about the challenges of growing up in the TLC spotlight and of breaking free from the conservative teachings of her childhood. Jinger is one of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's 19 children who were raised as followers of the Institute in Basic Life Principles, a fundamentalist organization founded by the controversial leader Bill Gothard. Fans watched along as Jinger and her siblings navigated their daily lives on 19 Kids and Counting, which ran from 2008 to 2015, and the spin-off Counting On, which aired from 2015 to 2021. After stepping away from the world of reality TV, Jinger began to form her own ideas about faith with the help of her husband, Jeremy Volo, whom she married in 2016. "I'm grateful for my childhood. It was not perfect, but at the end of the day, I'm grateful for my parents," Jinger said on the Unplanned podcast in June 2024. "I love them. We have differences. Everything's not perfect between us, but I think that at the end of the day, I love them, and I know that they know that." Jinger previously opened up about her upbringing in her books, The Hope We Hold and Becoming Free Indeed, detailing the quirks of her religious background and the different perspectives she has now. Her latest memoir, People Pleaser, which debuts in January 2025, will delve deeper into the not-so-healthy path she was on. "I realized I was a people pleaser from the time I was a teen. There is people pleasing that shows up in everybody's life, every single day, and I think that's why now is the time to write this book," she said on the Jinger and Jeremy podcast in September 2024. "It's such a problem, and it will always be a problem." Scroll down for Jinger's candid commentary on her unconventional upbringing. Being part of a recognizable family came with a few surprises. Guys would write from prison for my sisters. It was crazy, Jinger said on the Dinner Party with Jeremy Fall podcast in July 2021. We constantly had letters coming in the mail, and it was like, oh, who is it for this time? Oh, it's for Jana. Oh, it's for Jessa. It was mind-blowing just to think that somebody thought they would walk right into your life and marry you, like they were already basically proposing in their letters. Jinger added that some of the inmates might have believed the proposals were legit, saying, I can understand how somebody would think, oh, I know you so well because I watched you from a child grow up. So they think that there's a relationship there when there's not. It's like a one-sided thing. Jinger exclusively told us in January 2023 that she definitely recognized that her religious upbringing was cult-like in many ways, adding, it was built on fear, manipulation, control, and superstition. So all those things combined in how hard it is for kids to leave or adults to leave, anyone really. Once you hear the teachings, you're not supposed to depart from those. In an interview with People that same month, Jinger said that she was often crippled with anxiety growing up due to the fear and superstition encouraged by Gothard's harmful teachings. I was terrified of the outside world, she admitted. The teaching I grew up under was harmful, it was damaging, and there are lasting effects. In her 2023 book, Becoming Free Indeed, Jinger revealed that out of all 9 of her sisters, she feels most connected to Jessa. She is my closest sibling in age, only 13 months older than me. She is 5th, and I am 6th of 19 Duggar kids, Jinger wrote. Growing up, Jessa and I were together all the time. Though all the Duggar girls shared the same room, I often felt like I was roommates with only Jessa. Our beds were next to each other for my entire childhood. Jinger and her siblings were first featured on TV in 2004 before 19 Kids and Counting premiered in 2008. I look at those years and I'm really grateful for the opportunities that I was able to have, she exclusively told us in January 2023 while reflecting on growing up in the spotlight. Like, we traveled the world, things that we wouldn't have been able to do as a large family. Can say I saw, also, those challenges that came with it. At the time, Jinger explained that she and Vulo talked about whether they wanted to raise their own children in the public eye. The couple welcomed daughters Felicity and Evangeline in 2018 and 2020, revealing in 2024 that baby No. 3 is on the way. I spent most of my life on TV. That was my childhood, she told us. Like, that was all I knew. I played with the boom mix and all of that, but my kids are just so not used to it, so it's kind of interesting to see. Fans have long been fascinated with the Duggar family's strict expectations for their children under the IBLP teachings. I thought I had to wear only skirts and dresses to please God. Music with drums, places I went, or the wrong friendships could all bring harm, Jinger told People in January 2023. During an appearance on the Unplanned podcast the following year, Jinger admitted that many of the man-made rules don't make sense, like not being allowed to wear t-shirts. If you have a normal shirt, you're allowed to roll up your sleeves, she explained, but you can't buy a t-shirt that has the sleeves already off. There were also guidelines put in place for courtship, with dates requiring a chaperone. You know, you can't kiss before you're married, you can't hold hands. But I don't see that in the Word of God, Jinger told us in January 2023, revealing how she plans to approach the topic with her own children. I don't think that courtship is a word that we're gonna use with them at all, because I don't think that that's the only way to find a spouse, or the best way, at all. Jinger admitted on Unplanned in June 2024 that she was afraid of the pressures to have as many kids as possible before she became a parent. She recalled having to take care of 2 of her own siblings when she was younger. I think that parents should take care of their kids. If you have them, you should take care of them. Kids can help out, learn responsibility in other ways, but maybe not in the motherly aspects of what moms or dads should be doing, she said. You have all these imbalances of kids raising kids. I think that I saw that a lot in the system, and I think that that is unhealthy. Jinger also remembered the IBLP teachings impacting her family's life in unexpected ways. We would never do organized sports because we were afraid of influences around us, she said. And so we would do a family sport in the community, and we would all play that together. Looking back, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have had maybe more opportunities to explore what I was really interested in that way. During an August 2024 episode of the Jinger and Jeremy podcast, Jinger spoke candidly about growing up with 18 siblings. I remember a few times when we were very young, some of my siblings would take their plate of food, get ready for this, it's disgusting, in the bathroom, she recalled. They would carry it and put it on the bathroom counter. My mom would be like, don't do that. They're going to eat it. Jinger added, that's literally what they thought. I'm not going to be able to eat my food because somebody's going to take it, and we might not have enough food for seconds today. Jana Duggar doesn't do a lot of talking. She has given only a few interviews in her adult life that aren't connected to the Duggar reality show. Mostly, she talks to the network and films her comments for Counting On. Because things are taped so far in advance, a lot of times the interviews are older. Jana Duggar is often criticized for her life choices, and now that a new interview has been released, those critics are back to tease her more. The comments Jana Duggar made were from 2016. According to The Hollywood Gossip, Jana mentioned that she was looking forward to Jana Duggar having her second child because she will be present for the event. Many critics jumped in to criticize the biggest thing this year had to offer Jana was Jessa having her second child. Many people urged her to get out more and learn what real life was all about. There has been a lot of talk of a sibling rivalry between Jana and Jana Duggar. The two have often gotten snippy with one another on the show over various things about decorating. Jana has a huge eye for interior design, and that seems to be what she plans to do in the future. Jessa has commented about different things she does agree with as far as taste. The two were definitely in a disagreement over how Jill Duggar's house should be decorated upon her arrival back from Central America. That dispute was caught on Counting On. If you follow the Duggars, Jana Duggar, being dubbed Cinderella, is nothing new. She is the oldest female child at home and has yet to even court, while all of her younger, adult sisters have been married or are engaged. Speculation has been that Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar keep her busy at home and rely heavily on her to keep up with the chores and babysitting of the younger children. Jana is also one who chaperones the courting dates with her siblings. There has been some talk about Jana Duggar having courting offers, but none that she was interested in. She is waiting for the right one and believes when the time is right, he will reveal himself. Talk of sibling rivalry has been heavy, especially since Jana will be the only adult female left in the home. Her next sister, Johanna, is still a preteen. Fans have been wondering who will help with the chores with everyone out of the Duggar compound. For now, Jana is content at home with her family and looking forward to future moments with her sisters and their children. The Duggar gals have spent their whole lives wearing long skirts and dresses, so it's no surprise that Jinger Duggar has raised some major eyebrows lately by daring to wear pants. Jinger, who married Jeremy Vuolo in November 2016, appears to have her husband's blessing to finally dress how she wants to. When Jinger was photographed in March sashaying around town in shorts, it literally made international news, as this was the first time any of the Duggar girls had been seen wearing shorts in public. Since then, Jinger has been photographed in slacks several times, even wearing them while attending an event with her dress-donning sisters. Before getting married, Jinger only wore skirts and dresses, strictly adhering to her family's dress code. However, Now that her head of household is her husband Jeremy, rather than her father Jim Bob, things have changed. In a recent sermon, Jeremy expressed why he is ok with Jinger's risk fashion choice to wear pants and shorts. It is your liberty as to whether you dress modestly with a modest pair of pants, or with a skirt, or with a t-shirt, or with a blouse, Jeremy said during a December 18 sermon at Grace Community Church in Laredo, Texas. It is not your liberty, women, to wear sensual, seductive clothing that is designed to draw the attention of your brothers. Oh, Jeremy, you had us until that very last part. Considering Jinger's brother is Josh Duggar, who famously did this to his sisters, that was probably not the best word he could have used. The emphasis of the gospel is not food or clothes, Jeremy said in the sermon, according to Inquisitor. Jesus does not save people to make them wear skirts. The Duggars have expressed in the past that they feel dresses and skirts are more modest than pants, and that wearing modest clothing helps prevent the girls from defrauding men. The Duggars define defrauding as stirring up desires in men that cannot be righteously fulfilled. They believe in covering themselves from neck to knees. My daughters are the second generation of modest dressing in this family, Jinger's mother Michelle Duggar has said. They've grown up being dressed modestly and in clothes that are definitely more feminine apparel. I've told my daughters this has been a joyful journey for me to learn what my Lord has called me to. I really feel like the Lord is impressing upon me that I should be modest in what I wear, and also that I really should be defining who I am as a woman by choosing to wear dresses and skirts. Jinger's sister Jessa Seawold certainly isn't on board with all the pants-wearing going on in her family. She has continued to sport only dresses and skirts since getting married in 2014, and recently announced that she will be giving a presentation on modesty in June. The Ohio-based event will allow girls to hear why Jessa chooses to maintain a modest lifestyle. The Duggar family seems to be perpetually expanding. The former cast members of TLC reality show 19 Kids and Counting are all growing up, courting, getting married, and having children of their own. Jessa Duggar, now Jessa Seawold, was just a teenager when her family series premiered in 2008. Now, the 24-year-old is married to husband Benjamin Seawold and has 2 kids of her very own, 17-month-old son Spurgeon Elliott, and newest addition to their clan, Henry Wilberforce. Though Henry was only born on February 6, making him just over a month old, he's already hitting some major milestones. Okay, so maybe he's not exactly nailing said milestones, but he's certainly attempting them. Jessa took to Instagram to share a sweet photo of baby Henry taking his first steps very early in his life. And fortunately, his dad Benjamin was there to help guide him safely. Jessa jokingly wrote in the caption, "Yeah, no, a month old, and already taken my first steps." Henry Wilberforce Seawold. While the Seawolds seem extremely happy with their 2 sons, they are also hoping to expand their family, though whether their children will reach a total of 19 remains to be seen. Prior to Henry's birth in February, Jessa and Benjamin told People that they planned on having many future babies, though stated that they might not all be biological children. Jessa told People, "Ben and I still have a deep desire to adopt, and it's something we continue to look into. We've also talked about fostering to adopt." Last month, Jana Duggar, wife of controversial Duggar brother, Josh, announced she was pregnant with her 5th child. Jill Duggar Dillard, sister of Jessa, is expecting her 2nd child with husband Derek. Some fans are waiting for Duggar sister Jinger to announce her first pregnancy with husband Jeremy Volo, as she expressed interest in having a large family as well. It certainly sounds like babies Henry and Spurgeon will have a lot of cousins to hang with, even if none of them walk quite as early as Henry did.